Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new or just clicked on this video, thank you very much. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Today we're going to be going over the energies that are coming through the full moon in Aquarius. Let's take a look to see what the universe wants us to be aware of, to be open for and cautious of, and expect during this full moon in Aquarius. Please take what resonates, and I hope you receive the insight, guidance, answers, and solutions through this reading. I'm going to start off with a couple of oracles to get the overall energy coming through, and then we'll go into more detail with some tarot. So sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. All right, Spirit, what do you have for the collective? I'm going to be honest. When I was doing my pre-shuffling, I was sensing a lot of big energies happening. And consider that we just finished getting out of Mercury retrograde. We already have other planets in transition. And then we're about to go into eclipse season. It's definitely going to be a lot of, I don't want to say chaotic, but it's definitely a lot of powerful energies that I feel the collective is going to be experiencing. All right. Yeah, I'm not that surprised to see that. Hold on. Let me adjust my light. Everything looks straight for now. All right. That should be good. First card I have is discipline. Training, consistency, practice. And then we have, interesting. So this is card 34. And then we have card 33, Dress of Alchemy. Release your power. So it looks like for the collective, what the universe is requiring us to do with whatever energies that are coming through the full moon is we really need to be disciplining our talents, our skills, whatever energies that we have mastered in, we have to keep mastering. I feel like we're on the brink of something and we need to be spiritually disciplined. How that looks, it depends on each and every person. But definitely, I'm kind of getting the foundation of to be spiritually disciplined. You need to make sure that you're able to tell with your discernment what is real and what is not. I kind of feel like that's something everyone in general should do. Unfortunately, we're not dealing, not everyone, I guess, has that privilege to have that energy of discernment. But definitely, strong discernment is going to be required for the next upcoming months, especially with the eclipse seasons. I also feel that for a lot of you, with this discipline and dress of alchemy, you are finally reaching a certain level of your skills or your talents where it's not going to be like a coincidence. It's definitely going to be noticeable from a lot of people, like seeing you as like the real deal. I also feel that, hold on, Spirit is telling me something interesting. Okay. So I kind of feel as of recent, a lot of things have gotten exposed, especially when it comes to the esoteric community and especially with the tarot people, that a lot of fakes are being exposed and they're removing themselves. So the real deals, the actual readers, the actual summoners, the real practitioners can come in and really demonstrate their power. I kind of feel like this season, at the time that I'm doing this, it's late July, and between like spring and of now, it has just been a cleanse or removing of energies that do not belong to make way for the actual real readers and spiritualists and other practitioners and shamans and so forth. Like, this is the time for the spiritual community to shine. Give me a minute. I'm also sensing, and this could go a little bit into the Lionsgate portal as well, that there's going to be a lot of heavy downloads coming in within this, between the full moon and eclipse season, to work with a certain energy that is being delivered. It's weird because the sense that I'm getting is like it's the same energy, or I guess the same source. Something is like being brewed up by God and like the higher divine beings, and it's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be given out to each and every person who is practicing on their craft, on their talents, and on their energies, but it's going to be received differently. So be mindful of your thoughts, especially during this time, because you need to make sure that your mind is balanced, clear. I'm not going to say it has to be like that all the time, because of course we're human, we're going to have stresses, but at least try to be a little bit more mindful of the energies that are going to be coming in, because this looks like an energy that God really wants us to work with heavily. I'm kind of looking at this. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so yeah, my guides were telling me to focus on the bottle. So in this bottle is like a three-headed like creature kind of thing. It feels kind of chaotic, but it's bottled up. And I feel like this is definitely what's coming in through the full moon, and along with the get it together, along with the eclipse season. Okay, sorry. My brain was telling me like we're becoming masters of chaos. And in a way, with everything how it has been over the past couple of years, I would agree. Like majority of us are masters of chaos. We have managed to still be alive, thank goodness. For those of you that are listening, congratulations. We have managed to be alive in very extreme, difficult times. For our generations, or for the modern times. I hope it gets better. It should be getting better. I mean, there's some people who are claiming like Barbolt's basket is what's going to help regulate these energies, but we're kind of like side-eyeing like, is it true? But yeah, let me go into more details with the Panther Oracle. But yeah, it's like a lot of, I guess you could say that this energy is going to come in. It's going to be chaotic, but you will master it, or you're being told to master it. Right, let's do this. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Why I feel like... There we go. Sorry, you guys. All right. So first card I have is okay. Stability, harmony, acceptance. So I feel like, I guess a lot of you kind of feeling okay right now. Of course, things can be better and should be better. But right now, for what's going on in your life, you got the roof over your head. You have food in the fridge that you can eat, or you're at least aware you can eat right now. By the way, when I'm at the time that I'm doing this reading, I'm in America, the U.S. We just had a bunch of food recalls. Everything, if the food is not fake, then it's giving you explosive diarrhea. Just to let you know. But other than all those horrible things, you are kind of like, all right, I'm okay. I'm getting through this. We're halfway through the summer. things can get better, or let's just see what happens. But I see that you're handling these energies quite well. But then we have loneliness, dullness, disappointment, isolation. Even though things may seem okay in your reality, you are kind of sensing a bit of like blech, kind of lackluster energy going on. Maybe you're kind of hoping that the other half of the summer, things get a little bit more active, things get a little more socialized. I kind of see some of that kind of coming in towards the end of the summer. Definitely the beginning of the summer, it was quite fun. Just, at the time, like in the beginning of the summer in New York, the Knicks had just won, and we were having like the Puerto Rican Day Parade and Juneteenth, and it was just like fun after fun after fun, and then it stopped. And but not even that. Like even after the FIFA games passed, like people are still chilling and doing their thing, but you kind of still sense like I don't really feel like that connected. And understandable. Not everyone's gonna connect through sports that easily. So you're kind of feeling a little left out. Maybe for some of you, you're reevaluating like, actually, hold on. Before I say that, let me take a sip of water. I just got a message saying maybe some of you are rethinking about if you should have cut off certain friends or family members because you are kind of feeling, the distance, the extra quiet days. Understandable. But I was just told right now that no, you needed to remove certain people out of your life in order for what's about to come for you. Because whatever this energy is, you have to really be focused and you have to be mindful and especially positive when this is received. If you're receiving energies where people around you are chaotic or are going to cause mischief on purpose, then you're not going to be able to master the energy that you are going to receive. The chaos is going to end up spilling over. So you may be feeling lonely now, but it's only temporary. Then I have sneak peek, curiosity, glance, stalking, and then I have bully, embarrassment, gossip, unwillingness. So this straight up feels like excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. So this feels like gang stalking with these two cards in particular. And this gang stalking energy could be coming from the one or the ones that you had decided to let go in the past. It looks like they are checking your social media and sending people to come and harass you. Now, I'm sensing that some of them are aware that give me a minute. Some of these people that have been let go are aware that you do carry a certain power and how it's kind of like someone knows how you take a lemon and make lemonade. But for some reason, the way you make lemonade is so refreshing, it's so light, it's so crisp. It's like this lemonade came from the hands of God. But when they make lemonade, it's like basic ass lemonade. So I feel like you are being targeted and maybe you're ignoring the messages that people are sending to attack your credibility, to attack your character, attack your personality. Because again, you can make divine lemonade and they just make basic ass lemonade. So I need to pull some extra cards on this. And then last, I have promise, responsible, confirmation, assurance. I am very like 50-50 with the promise card, when I pull it up in the reading, because it could be something really good, or this could be the energy manipulating you by using promises. And promise is a very, it's the most like vulnerable and most heavy energy that you can experience, because to keep a promise and to fulfill it, you will have to do certain requirements, actions, or steps, whatever the case is. But some people like to make a promise just to keep you around, to keep other people around, to have things keep going in their life very smoothly. I'm gonna look into that energy a little bit more when I do the tarot, but I'm like 50-50 on it, because I'm also wondering if this promise energy is coming from the gang stalkers. Let's get some tarot on this. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Spirit was telling me with this set of cards, it's like, again, Spirit is preparing majority of the collective to become masters of chaos. But the way Spirit wants us to be masters of chaos is controlling the chaos. These people, these gang stalkers, want to be masters of chaos, but in a way to use chaos to throw it at people and control people and just put the world in disarray. So we're dealing with two different groups of, I guess, chaos people. Because we do have chaos witches and mages and such. But it's how you use that energy of chaos that is going to be really important. And it looks like with this collective that I'm doing the reading for, you guys are going to be able to alchemize this chaotic energy into something more bigger that the world is going to need, or that many people are going to need. Because again, the full moon is under Aquarius, and the Aquarius energy is definitely about collective energy and what we can do for each other. And if we all found our each and own way on how to alchemize the chaos that is happening in our country or in multiple countries, or just basically all over the world, we can at least bring some type of balance and resolution to what's happening. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers, no, let me chill. Anyway, these gang stalkers want to continue using the energy of chaos to get money, get bitches, get alcohol, get drugs, get sex, get everything, and never be satisfied. So let's see who's really going to be mastering this chaos energy. Interesting. Okay. All right, we got air, we got water, we got earth. We don't have any fire. Interesting. So yeah, definitely very heavy spiritual energy is going to be coming in. But I am seeing like, hold on. I'm seeing a lot of water and earth energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be one of these energies. You could have these energies in your birth chart, or you may know a person with that is associated with these signs. Now, with the OK card, I have the Nine of Cups. Really good energy. If you feel that you're not in this energy, you're about to be in this energy. Nine of Cups, all about bliss, all about peace, wish fulfillment, when it comes to your own needs. And I feel that you're going to use this chaotic energy for some of you to start fulfilling your own wishes. Interesting. Yeah. Spirit was telling me that for some of you, certain wishes require a certain chaotic energy, maybe that you are not aware of, but it's going to be coming through this full moon that we're about to have. And it's going to kind of help you, like, even though it's going to be crazy at first, it's going to help really with the wish fulfillment. So just be mindful of that. Like, just because things may look a certain way doesn't mean that it's not working in your favor. It will be working in your favor, or allow the chaos to work in your favor. Then, with loneliness, I have the Ace of Cups. Love this energy here. Spirit is saying, don't worry, what you're feeling is temporary. I need you in your own headspace and in your own energy, because what's about to be given to you, I need you to take it serious. This is something that you cannot share. This is something that you cannot explain, that people are going to get or respect or want to leave you alone with it. You need to master this energy first. And once you're able to tame the chaos, then I can put you in the places and spaces and around people that will appreciate and would need or request and reward you for your energy and for your efforts. Then next, with Sneak Peek and Bully, I have the Three of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see this. So it is confirmation that you do have a gang of stalkers that have been following you on your social media, and very likely in the physical world. So I am sensing kind of like a little bit of a devious plan. I'm sensing someone's going to try to bone rush you in the middle of the day with cameras on your face, asking you questions that they shouldn't be asking, or accusing you of things that you have not done. And you're going to have to just move forward. Like, if someone's going to be running up to you, accusing you that you're spreading the devil's magic, or you are eating children, even though we already know who's eating children, but someone's going to accuse you of like eating children, or whatever witchy stuff that people of certain religions and faith like to accuse other people of, you have to move forward. And also, I'm kind of sensing too that this is the time now where you're going to have to require thicker skin, because I do sense that especially now that certain, I guess, high profile names when it comes to the tarot and the esoteric or spiritual community have been exposed, there's going to be extra scrutiny coming for us. So if you're dealing with people telling you that you're of the devil and you're not going to go to heaven and yada, 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 because I'm better than you, because I follow this Jesus, all right, that's fine. I am going to pull another card for this Three of Pentacles. I'm not really liking this energy. So with the Three of Pentacles, I have the Emperor along with the Four of Cups. So this gang has been assembled through someone, again, either you had let go of or has been watching you from a distance. I sense 50-50 for both the collective. Some of you are going to know this person, and some of you have absolutely no clue who this person was or who this person is. But they have locked in target on you and decided to attack you because of your beliefs and such. And I feel like this is going to come a little bit more heavily towards between now and like towards the end of eclipse season, because again, we're dealing with a lot of chaotic energy, and people are going to be assuming that all of these bad things are happening because people are playing with the tarot and they're talking to ghosts and blah, blah, blah. And you really got to be focused on what's being delivered right now. I feel like this is going to be another, spirit, like, I don't want to mention this, but okay. This feels like another wave of attacks that the Dark Collective is going to be projecting onto the collective. And one way to do it is, of course, discrediting. And, the people that have left the spiritual community to go for religion and then bash down at people, like, it's kind of like, how can I put this, Spirit? It's giving more ammunition now for the Dark Collective to use against the collective. So it looks like, in a way, Spirit is going to say, all right, I'm going to fight fire and fire. You want to mention all of these things are being horrible. I'm going to give this task to my collective that whatever chaotic energy is going to come through, they're going to be able to master it and use it for their own well-being, or use it to help others and bring others into light. Excuse me while I take a sip of water. Yeah, I feel like this sense of like fighting fire with fire, but your fire is coming from God. So, with God's fire, you're just going to practically eradicate everything and everyone. And I would suggest not to do that, to use God's fire, of course, in other ways that will benefit you. Now, with promise, I have the Two of Swords, along with the Hermit. Now, this feels interesting. This actually feels like a promise coming from the divine or from the divine team. But in a way, they don't want you to know the promise that they made to you or that they're keeping. I don't know why, but the Two of Swords is like, Spirit is telling me, like, not everyone is going to know. Not everyone needs to know, but it looks like at a certain part, a certain time, you're going to understand what that promise is. And I kind of feel like with this Hermit card here, it's going to be a clarity when it comes to Virgo season. So when is that? So I would say by September, whatever promises that either you have put to God or God has given to you or is holding on, this promise is going to be fulfilled. It feels secretive, but it's going to, it's interesting. A secret promise. I'm not sure if you made a secret promise to yourself or your divine team has made a promise that's interesting. Hold on. Where's my cards? Spirit, let me get a little bit more on this. Yeah, this feels like a secret promise of some sort. Okay, I have the Sun. Whatever the promise is, it's going to be kept. Whatever the promise that either you made to God or God has made to you, it's going to be kept. It is going to be fulfilled. Or if you have made your own promise to God or to your divine team, or to your deities that you're practicing with, you are keeping that promise. And when you keep that promise, that energy that you hold or that you are working with and disciplining becomes stronger, becomes brighter, becomes powerful. I feel like maybe for some of you, you are realizing how important a promise is and not to take it like very lightly not to take promises very lightly. They can be very powerful. But if excuse me. Feels like something went in my throat. It doesn't want me to finish. Yeah, it's probably saying don't talk about the promise so much. There's a promise that is going to be kept. A promise that's going to be fulfilled. But allow the promise to be in the mystery, so that way you can appreciate it when it happens. Excuse me. Oh, fighting for my life to get these words out. Anyway, let's wrap up this reading with the final messages from the clown. Let's see what the clown has to say about this. But yeah, secret promises being fulfilled and new energies coming in to help you. I do see a lot of positive stuff coming in for the collective. But I also see a big attack or a big energy from the dark collective that they're trying to send. So please, be mindful between now and the end of eclipse season, which I also believe is around the end of like Virgo season. I feel like by then a lot of things are going to make sense. All right. The first clue that we have is the shadow. Not surprised to see it. Be aware of the gang stalkers. I mean, of course, you don't really have to read their messages, but at least be mindful, because one of them might be coming in a little too close to your aura, and you're going to have to regulate them. And especially with this Emperor and the Four of Cups, this person is going to send somebody to you to mess with your energy on purpose. I'm like, the shadow energy is being really devious. So you have to be really, really careful. Of course, use your chaotic fire from God to eradicate your enemies. Eradicate them away from your environment. Let's not try to actually burn people. And then last we have is the change. Definitely big changes are coming in. And you are definitely going to start, I feel like it's just changes for the positive, or at least you will make it positive for yourself. This change energy just feels like really raw energy that the universe is providing to the collective. And even though it may be chaotic and we may not know what to do with it first, with our skills, with our mindset, our imaginations, our intellect, and our connection, we will find out how to change this chaotic energy, or how to alchemize this chaotic energy and change it into something, again, that helps us and others around. So yeah, this change is really coming in to improve the life, or the lifestyle, or the energies, the frequencies within our reality. So I will not be too afraid of this. It's going to be big, it's going to be wild, but it's going to be something that we're going to be able to handle. And with that said, thank you for listening to my reading. Please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It will be much appreciated, and it will give tremendous support to my channel. I am messing up my outro, excuse me. Something's still trying to get me to stop talking, but I'm still going to talk. Maybe for some of you, you're probably maybe you're also like a tarot reader, and when you're about to get into something important, something tries to like put barbed wire on your throat, like just ease in and take your time. But yeah, please give me a like, share, and subscribe to help support my channel. I would definitely appreciate it, and will give tremendous support to me and to my channel and the current community. And thank you to the new and current viewers and subscribers for coming back to my channel to hear my messages. I truly appreciate it, and I hope the readings have given you the insight, answers, and energies that you need. And if you feel that this reading did not resonate, no worries. Feel free to check out the other readings on my channel. There's definitely a message there for you. But my collective, be prepared. There's going to be a lot happening when this full moon in Aquarius comes in. But you're going to be able to handle it with grace and with cautiousness, of course. Again, I'm not sure what the secret promise that either you have made to God or God has made to you, but it will be kept and it will be fulfilled. And you will find out in time what it is. Again, please be mindful and be aware of the gang stalkers that are around, because I do see that the Dark Collective has a couple of tricks up their sleeves to try to take that chaotic energy that's coming in for us so that they can use it to, do their debauchery and bullshit. But we aren't at this point masters of chaos. We know how to handle it. We know how to stretch it. We know how to alchemize it. We know how to bring peace to it. I have no, I have no worry. We just need to find it in our own way. And of course, use our discernment very, very heavily during this time, because people are going to be playing with your heartstrings, or, playing with your heart, playing with your mind. And you need to be focused on what's about to arrive in your reality. And with that said, stay safe and have a good day.